The answer is the suffering of the not knowing. To think, to deeply and profoundly think that there is an answer, an undefinable, undefiable, answer that portrays totality, appears to be plausible, achievable, but to determine this answer, much suffering has to be undertaken by the mind. The suffering of the mind is not the mind wanting to know the answer. The suffering of the mind is giving up that what has been false and masking the answer. So the not knowing appears to be a final conclusion, but it cannot be attained, this final conclusion, until complete and utter trust, faith, and acceptance within yourself, not your mind, not your head, not your story, not your name, not your identities, not your past. From the moment now, clean slate. Unbelievable silence, where nothing can interrupt, nothing can mask, nothing can veil this present here and now. The mind will look for anything that it can identify with through its inherited, conditioned information that built itself up to be a person, a body, a belief, a system, a computer, a hard drive, a bound vessel that only can maintain and keep that what it has learned. The suffering is not in identifying or unidentifying or establishing or concluding or experiencing or realizing that what is true by trying to find it. It can only be possible when the suffering of losing everything, that, oh my God, that fear, that loss of me, that personage, that identity, that individual, one person that has relied on opposing states since the moment the first word was spoken by the parents, the teacher, the neighbor, the friend, the pastor, the minister, the priest, the mind of past information. You will not know the truth until you crack the egg open, the egg of information, and watch it seep out and disappear through the atmosphere drying process till it crumbles and flakes off into dust. The shell is now empty. The shell holds the truth. The empty shell that appears to be a something, a person, a body, a man, a name, appears to hold the truth. But when you take away the man, the person, the name, the outside and the inside, and only the shell in its cracked, disformed, dysfunctional, empty, useless way remains, how can there be room in this shell for that what is undefinably colossal, infinite, limitless, beyond? If you are the truth, how can you fit into this eggshell? The eggshell cannot hold the truth. It cannot maintain the truth, but it can release the truth of its true state, its original emptiness, its original nothingness, its original vast abyss, its original profound, pure core of its whole self. The answer is clear. The answer is empty. The answer is love. But love has no form, no shape, no color. It is beyond where all these things are born from. You gave birth to your shell. You gave birth to that what is contained inside. You gave birth to the information. You gave birth to the knowledge. You gave birth to the past and the future. You gave birth to time, Mr. Mind. You gave birth to the name. You gave birth to birth and death, birth to death. So who are you that is before the eggshell? Before it's even cracked? Before it even gorges on the information that thinks itself into an egg, thinks itself into a vessel, a body, thinks itself into I am a living person and I will be here until I die. Crack the egg and see the death for yourself. And be true. How can you be true to that which you've never discovered? How can you be true to that what you think is in the universe before you, then you came second? You are the universe. You are the whole cosmos, appearing through a star-like mirror reflection of a minuscule essence of you. And then you give yourself a body and you fill it with useless information. And the suffering is letting that information go. Is it fearful to let all that you cling on to, that story, that name, that past, that relationship, that idea, that concept, that thought, that I may die if I listen to these words? I will die. Your body, the shell, will never die. It'll just crack open and truth will spew out in front of your very eyes. Not these eyes. These eyes are the culprits for wanting, needing, and desiring more inside your little shell that cannot contain forever. So suffer through the surrendering, the giving up, the letting go of that what is not true to you, that what is masking you, that what is stopping you from realizing this undefinable, unknowable, but knowable, experiential love that is beyond all ideas and concepts of minuscule you. Use this shell. Use the egg. Let it crack. Let it expose that what you are terrified of knowing. The unknowable. You. Emptiness. Creator of the universe. As yourself. Creating a body as another self. And billions of other bodies as other selves. But only one self. Only one whole. Only one moment. Only one answer. I.